Some economists think that the RBA has done enough. Other economists are talking about already when these rates might start to be cut by the RBA. What's that date? It seems to be pushed back every time we speak.
Yeah, look, well, we're speaking to Paul Bloxham from HSBC later today on Business Now, and he's not expecting the cash rate to be cut until 2025, the first quarter of 2025. So that could be anywhere between January and March of 2025. In other words, HSBC Bank expect the cash rate to stay on hold all of next year and into the start of the year after. Other economists are now tweaking their forecast as well. It's all due to inflation. You can see on the screen the monthly inflation indicator. The most recent month, it came in at 4.9%, which was a little bit lower than expected. But remember, the central bank needs inflation between 2% and 3%, and there's a long way to get to that. And unfortunately, the only way the RBA knows what to do is use monetary policy as a blunt lever, and that's what they're going to need to do for at least the next 12 months by the sounds of it from some big economists out there.
If you go on this big, rate-raising spree, as we have seen, and the RBA has justified that in many ways, and say the RBA started, cutting in the first half of next year, wouldn't that indicate that they went too hard and had to backpedal a bit? So Paul Bloxham's theory kind of makes sense here, doesn't it?
Look, if they started cutting the cash rate in the next 6 months, then it would be a sign that they went too hard. But I think what we've seen from our central bank is they waited a bit too long before they started to raise the cash rate. You look overseas to America as an example. The US Fed's expected to start cutting the cash rate early next year, in the first quarter of next year. That's why the US stock market's been doing so well lately. Whereas our central bank, all of our forecasts show we were a bit behind the 8 ball to begin with. We didn't start raising rates until a good six plus months after the US, after the UK. And for that reason, inflation in Australia is quite a bit higher than other economies around the world. So we're kind of playing catch up now. The question is, yes, when will rates go down? And right now, it's looking, unfortunately, like probably not till late 2024, early 2025.
Yeah, and there could be a few more increases before then. Ed, thanks so much. We'll see you this afternoon.